Hi everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Susan, and today I wanted to just kind of talk about priorities and the difference between taking care of yourself versus being selfish. And I see a lot of people with different opinions of that, and I feel like there needs to be some clarification. And of course, this is my opinion, and your opinion can be what it is. But this has been my experience and my findings, and I see it over and over again. So, one of the first things that I see are people who claim to be super enlightened and, wanting to help everybody and these kind of things. And they really believe that. And that's truly their intent. But most of these people that I see, they're not really taking care of themselves. And you'll find it in, their health, or, maybe they're secretly depressed, or maybe they're not earning the income they'd like to earn. And all these things, like, if they were truly able to help someone else, they would have their own stuff in order. So the people that want to help other people and things like that, and they can't even take care of themselves, you know, I don't know, I don't really resonate with that personally myself. However, on the contrary of that, regardless of where you are in your life, you can always help other people. So it's still good to be helping other people. But just maybe not so much of the judgy. I see a lot of these people that, are projecting on other people saying, well, they're not as enlightened as me. I'm all wonderful. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, we're all human. Some of the most, heartful people that I know, they're still human and they still have these thoughts and they still make these decisions and stuff that you'd be like, oh wow. Um, Example, I work in real estate and that's my primary business. And it's frustrating sometimes. And I try to be, a very nice person and, always thinking of the positive and things. But sometimes you're just like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Why are they doing this? And, it's difficult when you're in the moments to take a step back and be like, you know what? Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're having a blonde moment. We all have those. Maybe something's going on in their life that is, has them a little frazzled, and so let's just have a little compassion and see if we can help them. And it's not easy, and I'm not saying I do it well. There's plenty of times where I'm frustrated and I'm like, oh, but to try to take the step back as often as possible to really think about those things. But the point of this video is to talk about taking care of yourself. If I'm not healthy, if I'm not well rested, if I'm not, setting goals and making my goals, these kind of things, it's going to be difficult for me to help other people. For instance, I have real estate agents that work at my office that, I help them with whatever's going on and they have an issue with the transaction or setting goals and these things. And if I can't even handle my own business, what good would I be to them to handle their business? So, of course, I still do real estate and I still have a real estate business that, I'm focused on, because if I don't know how to do it, I can't help the people. And for instance, the children, I want to do everything I can for my children, but at the same time, if all I'm doing is helping them and taking care of them, and then to the point of burnout for myself, and then I'm sick and I'm tired and I can't take care of anybody. So when people say, like, oh, it's so selfish of you to want to take care of yourself first, it is so not. Yes, there are truly selfish people in this world and they don't really care about anyone, but for a normal person, which is the majority of people, we're good people inside. And we've just learned that if you don't have your own self straight, you really can't help other people. I mean, granted, you could not maybe have a lot of money, or maybe you don't know a lot about, making the right healthy choices and things, and you can still help other people. But let's just say I want to be a billionaire. I'm not going to go take advice from someone who's never made money or from someone that makes a little bit of money. I'm going to go take advice from someone that's earned a lot of money. If I want to get really healthy and fit and start working out, I'm not going to go, find the most unhealthiest person down the street and say, can you be my coach? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's the same kind of concept. I can't help somebody achieve something that I don't know how to do. So you have to take care of yourself and do for you first, so then you can help other people properly. And I'm not saying that means, don't try to help people, but for the most part, if you haven't achieved that or know how to do that and you're trying to help someone else, you're not going to help them a lot. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. So take the time to help yourself so that you're in a position to better help other people. And that includes your spouse and your children and your other family. And it includes, coworkers or employees or employer or whatever it is. Like, you have to make sure that you're taken care of before you can take care of all of these other things. If you're constantly taking care of everyone else, or you think you're taking care of everyone else and you leave yourself at the end, you end up depressed, you end up unhealthy, you end up tired, you end up sick, all these things. And you might think, oh, it's okay, at least my kids are good. Your kids aren't good. Is it good for your kids to see you burn yourself out? No. Or, oh, my employer worked me to the bone, but the employer's good. The employer's not good. He's got a burned out employee. He's not good. It's the same thing. My spouse, oh, I do everything for my spouse. I cook, I clean, I work, I take care of everything so they have it easier. No, your spouse is taking advantage of you, and there's going to be a whole guilt thing going on later. So no, take care of yourself. And if you don't have yourself straight, you really can't help anybody else. There's little things that you can do throughout the day just to think of gratitude. And, I like to listen to different motivational videos or audio. I love to read. Even if you don't do any of those things, even just taking a few minutes by yourself in the garden or outside for a walk, or, in your bathroom, lock the door, just take a couple minutes just to breathe and decompress and just take care of yourself. And think about, if you're always on the go and you're busy, thinking about what kind of healthy snacks can I take with me? Am I drinking enough water? Am I sleeping enough during the night? All these things, they come together. I find that, I very rarely do catch any sicknesses or anything because I do keep myself pretty balanced. But on the off chance that I ever do get sick, it's usually a combination of I've been working too hard, I've been stressing out, and I haven't been getting enough sleep, haven't been eating healthy, and then I was exposed to something that somebody had. Otherwise, I could be around sick people and I don't catch it because my immune system is built up and I have the mindset that I'm not going to get sick. It's only when I wear myself out. So keep that in mind and take care of yourself. Of course, you're not going to ignore people. You're not going to just, leave your kids to fend for themselves or your spouse to fend for him or herself. You're not going to do that. You're not going to ignore everybody. You're not going to, come to work and just, sit there and meditate while you're supposed to be working. You're not going to do those things, but you're going to make sure that you're taken care of before you can help everyone else. So I hope this video resonated with you. And if you have any questions, leave them below or comments. I really love reading comments and, your questions and stuff. So I hope that you appreciated the video and that you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing your comments below.